Welcome back. We are here with Belle Murphy, a health, life and love coach, and today our topic is healthy eating for a healthy love life. Welcome, Heather.
Thank you, Kirsty.
Now, can you tell me how the two are connected?
Absolutely, love to. This probably relates more to women and to female clients that I've worked with previously, having worked in the area of self-love and a healthy weight for about the last 25 years. What I commonly find is women will think that they're not worthy of having a great relationship with themselves, and that of course includes food. It's not like a concept where we become, I would do anything for my children or the family and my significant others or my parents or my best friend or my sister, even the cat and the dog, but I don't have to worry about me because I'm going to be the well of sacrifice. And the funny thing is, or the irony there is, of course, that we really need to be the fountain of love. And a fountain self-waters in a way, and it's a really beautiful metaphor where we self-nurture and self-water and pay ourselves that respect. And this is what I really find with women and working with women in the dating sense as well, is that we need to first love and respect ourselves. Now this is a bit of the paradigm that we're in, that we've been in for the last couple of thousands of years, where we're seen as the other. And so we're not seen as the queen anymore, and we don't treat ourselves as the queen. Now, part of the whole picture about loving ourselves first and being worthy and respecting ourselves is that we look after ourselves. And into that whole puzzle is going to be the puzzle and the pieces of the puzzle around food, choosing healthy foods in healthy amounts and consuming healthy portion sizes, and that will fit into our picture of how we look after ourselves. And then a funny thing to consider is, do we really want to take perhaps bad habits that we may have picked up when we were younger and our metabolisms are a bit faster? Are those habits going to serve us going into our greater selves? Because we're only 20 for 5 minutes, let's face it. The majority of our healthy life is going to be around fitting in with families and, working healthily at a career. That's the big part. The teenage fun years and the 20s, they don't last forever. Let's look at those future selves that we're going to take into most likely, say, committed long-term relationships. And so it's a really great thing to be thinking about the healthy habits that you adopt then.
Heather, what is healthy eating?
You're probably aware that diet has changed and nutritional advice has changed a great deal in the last, say, 25 years. Now that's because in the last 20 years, with the rise of quantum medicine, science and research into nutrition can now look at the subcellular level. So now we have a much better understanding of how things like sugar and fats are metabolized in our actual cells themselves. So that's had a massive consequence for those high carb diets of the 90s, to which I was a victim of. So back in the day, I had a lot of grains. We now know that a high grain diet is quite inflammation making. I was always hungry because it was upsetting my blood sugar levels. So I don't instruct clients to eliminate carbs, of course, but carbs and grains in my diet is a much less of a feature than once upon a time, and it's also going to depend on body type. But as a rule of thumb, if we can stick to things like, I like to say to clients, think of your stomach as being 3 fist sizes. So if you eat that much at a time, you're reserving 1/3 of your stomach to actually move the food around and to digest it. So, that's a smallish portion size for a lot of people, and it does shock people. Now, of course, if you've got a big day or, you're running a marathon, that's obviously going to change. But we know overall people are consuming too much food, and they're often consuming the wrong types, which means not eating food that comes with a skin. It tends to come out of a packet. And everything pretty much that comes in a packet has been altered and interfered with, and it's had added, generally sugar or fat added to it. And so that's a thing to watch, instead of eating food in its natural state, in the right quantities at the right time, in the right way.
Do you have any tips for our audience?
I do. A lot has changed from that eating that where people have to eat 3 square meals a day. I would say find a mentor, even if that's via social media, that you would like to emulate. Obviously though, just be aware of keeping it real. We've all seen the social influencers who were sort of about 20, and it's very easy to look fabulous when you're in your 20s. So look for somebody who's perhaps around your age group, your kind of body shape, because of course we all know there are examples where women are trying to starve themselves into shapes, or impossible kind of supermodel kind of things, and then we also realize that no matter how much, for example, Jennifer Aniston works out, she still wears a lot of makeup, has a lot of spray tan, and then there's photoshopping that goes into that as well. So find somebody, perhaps your age group, your kind of body type, but then also somebody that you may wish to look like or emulate, that carries you into your best future self, by obviously adopting better habits and making healthier choices.
Thank you, Heather. That was fantastic. If you want more information on Heather Belle Murphy and healthy eating for a healthy love life, go to her webpage on our website, healthwellbeingandlifestyle.com.au, and we'll be right back after this break with another fantastic guest and fascinating topic.